Dupree woman. Find your inner strength.
Once we launch my purse line, we'll be on our way to giving the Kardashians a run for their money. I'm gonna shake things up.
A cycle of anger isn't healthy.
I'll be healthy again, as soon as I make a couple of cheaters pay for blowing up my life.
There were a number of times when you or
Friday's BTG sparks conflict, frustration, and heartbreak. The Friday, January 30th, spoilers for Beyond the Gates focus on Anita, who's horrified by a loss. Eva encounters trouble with Isaiah after a confrontation with Kat. And Hayley is frustrated over her lack of progress with her plan to kill Bill. Anita, Tamara Tunie, has been dealing with so much lately. Her diagnosis. Her daughter carries the BRCA gene. Starting chemotherapy. And having to navigate her husband's overprotective tendencies. She passed out after the first chemo treatment. It's a lot. But on Friday, she'll have to deal with another blow. The weekly spoilers reveal that Anita is horrified by a loss. This could be anything, including hair loss. This happens to some people who are undergoing chemotherapy. What further pain will Anita have to come to terms with? A frustrated Hayley. It sucks to be Hayley, Mokita Goings. She keeps microdosing Bill, Time and Kyle duet, with some poisonous concoction, and nothing is happening. There was a scare a while back, but nothing since then. Maybe it's because she keeps lacing a drink that he hates, herbal tea. And he works hard to avoid it. Regardless, Hayley is frustrated by her lack of progress in her murder plot. She might want to figure out how to speed things up because at a doctor's appointment, Bill gets some strange lab results. We saw a bit of this in the BTG weekly video preview. Madison, Kenja, is the one who raises the red flag about his health. Will she figure out what's wrong with Bill? A confrontation between Eva, Amber Michelle, and Kat, yes, another one, leads to trouble with Isaiah, David Lamy Freeb. Naturally, Isaiah has gotten many one-sided perspectives on Eva and Kat's dynamic and struggles. After all, he is with Eva and hasn't spoken to Kat, Colby Mohammed, in a long time. But if he witnesses the confrontation for himself, or his girlfriend fills him in on the argument, maybe something Eva says raises a red flag with him. In other Dupree news, after Chelsea, Ronnie Rose Mantilla, and Madison's last conversation, we're unsure if they are broken up for good. But it looks bad. Chelsea brought up the M word, and Madison couldn't believe that Chelsea would resort to bringing up marriage in such a disingenuous way. On Friday, Chelsea makes a bold move. It'll be interesting to see if this move is about getting Madison back or striking out on her own. Finally, Nicole, Daphnee Duplaix, has moved on from Ted, Keith D. Robinson, big time. She's dating Carlton, Robert Christopher Riley, and the two have a close, connected relationship. But Nicole doesn't want to be too serious. She's not about locking herself down. She just got out of a decades-long marriage. Earlier this week, she met up with Dr. Kill Rollins, Greg Vaughan, at Uptown. Seeing this side of her mother may have sent Kat into a frenzy, but it seemed Nicole enjoyed getting to know Kill better. The teasers show that Nicole is about to let someone into her bedroom. Is it the plastic surgeon again? Or will it be the orthopedist? The walls of Port Charles have long been paper-thin, hiding secrets with the fragile promise of discretion. But on Wednesday, January 30th, those walls came crashing down in a seismic episode of Beyond the Gates that left one character horrified, another in mortal peril, and a third confronting the maddening limits of her power. The day's events proved that some doors, once opened, unleash horrors that cannot be contained. Anita's horrifying discovery, the monster in the memory box. Anita Capelli's quest to understand her husband Marcus's final, frantic months has been a slow-burn tragedy, but today it exploded into a full-blown nightmare. Her journey led her to the storage unit Marcus rented under an alias, a place he called his insurance. For weeks, Anita has been piecing together clues, sensing the shadow of the powerful drug cartel, La Serpiente, looming over his death. What she found today, however, was far more personal and far more devastating than mere financial records. Tucked inside a hollowed-out textbook amidst stacks of documents was a small, innocuous-looking thumb drive. Connecting it to her laptop in the sterile silence of the storage unit, Anita expected spreadsheets or encrypted messages. What she found instead was a video file, time-stamped just 2 weeks before Marcus's fatal accident. The video, shot from a concealed angle, showed a familiar setting, the study in their own home. The figures in the frame made Anita's blood run cold. There was Marcus, looking gaunt and terrified, and sitting across from him, wearing an expression of cold, calculating calm, was Dr. Julian Thorne, the renowned cardiologist and Anita's own trusted confidant. The audio was crystal clear. Thorne was not offering medical advice. He was issuing a threat. The delivery must go through the free clinic, Marcus. Your wife's clinic. It's the perfect front. If you deviate, or if you breathe a word to Anita, we don't need to kill her. A scandal about narcotics diversion from her humanitarian project would destroy her reputation, her life's work, and land her in prison for decades. You're protecting her by doing this. Marcus's agonized whisper, "You're a monster," was met with Thorne's serene reply, "I'm a pragmatist. And remember, her safety is in your hands." The video ended. The silence that followed was deafening, broken only by Anita's choked sob. Her horror is multifaceted, the confirmation that Marcus died trying to protect her, the crushing realization that the cartel's corruption reaches into the highest echelons of Port Charles society, and, most personally, the devastating betrayal by Julian Thorne. This is the man who held her hand at Marcus's funeral, who has been her rock. To see that mask of compassion slip to reveal the visage of a ruthless cartel operative has shattered her world. Her grief has now been hijacked by a chilling, clarifying rage. Anita isn't just a widow seeking answers anymore. She's a woman who has discovered the identity of her husband's murderer, and she is holding the evidence. The question is, in a town where Thorne's influence runs deep, who can she possibly trust with it? Eva's descent, trapped in the web. While Anita uncovered the spider, Eva Morales found herself ensnared ever tighter in his web. Her attempt to play a double game, feeding information to Detective Russo while maintaining her cover within La Serpiente's operations, has always been a dance on a razor's edge. Today, she slipped. A routine errand for Thorne, delivering a sealed diplomatic pouch to a dockside warehouse, turned into a trap. The location was wrong, too quiet, too abandoned. The moment Eva sensed the danger and turned to leave, figures emerged from the shadows. They weren't common thugs, they were disciplined, silent enforcers she recognized from the cartel's inner circle. Their leader, a man known only as Culebra, disarmed her with terrifying efficiency. "The doctor sends his regards," Culebra said, his voice devoid of emotion. "He knows about your conversations with the detective." His, disappointed. Eva's attempts to bluff, to protest, were met with a stony silence. She was restrained, not with violence, but with a terrifying professionalism that spoke of worse to come. A blindfold was secured, and she was placed in the back of a van. The real terror for Eva in these moments isn't just the physical threat. It's the collapse of her carefully constructed facade. Thorne knows. Every move she's made for weeks, every secret pass to Russo, has likely been observed and catalogued.